I want you to sell my fingers as wind chimes, take my thin bones for silverware, use the hollow of my skull to serve your dinner, paper your walls with my skin, dust the windowsills with my eyelashes, grind my teeth to powder and keep them in clear jars above the stove, make music on my spine, sweep the floors with my hair. I would grow a garden for you.
And The Land Shall Remain is an interdisciplinary, site-specific piece. And it's based on the story Gravestone of Wheat by Will Weaver.
It's a story that starts out with a man at his wife's funeral, and he ends up burying her in the wheat field and growing wheat over the place where her body was buried.
The whole idea is to take that time period and what happens to the two main characters and develop music, choreography, and theater around that story.
The Arts High School is for 11th and 12th graders for kids from all over the state of Minnesota, and they major in one of 6 art areas: dance, theater, music, media, literary arts, visual arts, and now an interdisciplinary art area.
One of the great things about the program here at the Arts High School is it's really focused in on student-made work. We're not doing the 1,000th rendition of West Side Story. The students write plays, direct plays, act in plays. The dancers do not just look at the newest hip-hop moves of somebody else. They create their own.
All of the students read the short story, and they actually worked with our literary arts teacher to look at it from like an English perspective or language arts perspective, looking at themes and especially the rituals of daily life.
We all had assignments to look at pictures from the era, like post-World War I, 20s, 30s era. We read old letters, diary entries.
We've been having a pouring rain, which I think will do an immense amount of good. The river was high, ready to spill over its banks. I had never seen such water.
So we had this text, and then we had these visual images, and then literary arts and music and dance and theater all separated and started to create their own material.
There was no like set choreographer, so we worked as a group and co-choreographed each piece. The first time that we actually read through the short story, everybody was kind of just like, what are we supposed to do with this? Yeah, so it was really difficult. So the lit teacher came down and helped us, you know, get the juices flowing.
It's supposed to be unison, because it's supposed to go one, boom, boom, one.
Okay, well, what do you want it to be? You're the choreographers.
The moves are definitely like earthy because they're really grounded, and even when we're doing like kicks, they're parallel to the ground. So it's like we're kind of ignoring the sky in a way because it's not about what's up there, it's about what we're walking on right now.
One of the things that surprised me is just the beauty of the music and how then the dancers are able to work with the music. It's just really striking.
Going back to where I started, going back to where I'm from. Gonna pack these old dreams up. Oh, I'm gonna run. Oh, I'm gonna run. And I ain't seen the sunshine since God knows when. Just waiting for the spring to come to carry my burden. Carry my burden.
We were working towards a product that was going to be site-specific in Terrace, Minnesota. We wanted to present this piece in the area that the story was written about.
We had one of our performances in Terrace, Minnesota, which is where my grandparents on my dad's side were born and passed away. It was such a cool experience that I probably will treasure for the rest of my life. Bringing my friends to where I live, and my mom started crying, and she was like, oh, it just gave me such inspiration. And my dad, who's a farmer, and his cousin, who's all farmer, they brought their family, and they just couldn't believe that juniors and seniors were able to have all this inspiration and artistic expression we wanted to pour out into this short story.
A lot of people were really moved by it because they live there, so they know what it's like. And us not really knowing what it's like, but embodying what it would be like in that time period and showing them, they kind of got it. So then right away, it brought tears to like a lot of people's faces.
I think that the students learned that collaboration, while hard, is really worthwhile. I think that they live it. When they're actually performing it, the kids are living it. And as an audience member, to watch young people take this on and own it is, it's really emotional. It's very powerful.
I've never really been to a farm before, and I don't know what it's like. So as a person who's like mainly in the city, you kind of get to see how other people think. When we dance the pieces, I feel really spiritual actually, because it's not like you're praising like a god like high up, it's more like you're praising like Mother Earth and like all that she's giving you, because it's gravestones of wheat.
Dig holes in my eyes and bury seeds in my pupils, choke my lips to the brim with dirt. And I want you to plant a tree between my shoulder blades.
It's almost like they're ghosts. They're ghosts coming back, and you can see generations and generations in this performance.
Minnesota Original is made possible by the State Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.